Hey everybody, it's your girl Essie. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So, my old-fashioned ways with my son obviously struck a note with some people, and thank you so much for letting me know that I'm not the only person that's out there that feels that way as far as how children should be respectful. So, let me tell you something that happened. You guys hopefully will enjoy this as well. So, I know that in some cultures, it's okay to call a person by their first name. They actually encourage that to strengthen the bond, the relationship, if that person is old enough to be your parent or a senior of yours. I have witnessed this firsthand. They don't have no problem calling you by your first name. That's their culture, okay? Not mine. I'm gonna just be honest with you. And the way that I was raised, I can almost tell you that most Black or African American, depending on what you want to be called, we don't do that in our culture, period. So imagine my surprise when I was talking to another friend of mine who is also African American, okay? And her son, her young son, is standing there listening, and he decides he's going to jump in the conversation. That was the first strike, I ain't gonna lie. I don't mind you asking a question, but number one, you can say, excuse me. And then number two, if you ask the question and it's about what I'm talking to your mom about, then you done crossed over, jumped over some boundaries, okay? Because I'm not talking to you. Not that children can't ask questions, but you're not in this conversation. That's how I was raised. I told y'all I was old school, okay? Now, number two, when he started to talk, you know he called me by my first name, right? And he did not put a handle on it. Now, if you don't know what put a handle on it means, then that means this is not your culture. I'm just going to throw that out there. And you can ask what it means to put a handle on it. Maybe I'm that old school, but you just don't call me by my first name. So, this was really the kicker, okay? This is where it took a turn for the worse. Not only did she not address it and correct him, I ignored him because it was completely disrespectful from my viewpoint. I ignored him. I kept on talking to his mama because that's who I was talking to. And he kept on being persistent, trying to ask questions about what we were discussing. I couldn't understand why she didn't tell him to excuse himself. And I could not understand when she was going to address him calling me by my first name. So what did she do? She said, "Do you hear him calling you?" I heard it the first time. I was wondering when she was going to hear it and when she was going to say something. All right. So when it gets to the point that I have to correct your child, and you as a parent are standing right there, and then you get an attitude, then that's just going to be issues. We're going to have to talk about it later. However, in our culture and the way that I was raised, we don't do that. This is your girl, Essie. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. When my kids, first of all, see me talking to somebody, they better be on fire. They better be bleeding. It better be an emergency, or it better be something that needs an answer right then and there. Not that they can't ask a question. Notice what I'm saying. Not that they can't ask a question, but they better say, excuse me, number one, if they need my attention. Number two, do not jump in my conversation if I'm talking to somebody and then you want to jump not only in the conversation, but you got questions about the subject that we're talking about, which might be too grown for you. I'm wondering why you in the same room. I'm just saying, that's me. Okay. And then you gonna call a friend of mine by their first name. Mm, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. This is your girl, Essie. I'm out.